Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Hello, I'm Zaccura and welcome back to my channel. And look, paper and a pencil. We're finally doing some traditional art again! Yay! It has been weeks since I've done any traditional work and even longer since I've done a watercolor illustration. But that's what I've got for you guys today. It felt so foreign, honestly, to draw with my pencil again on a real piece of paper, but we'll get more into that later. Today's illustration is actually a combination of a couple of prompts, challenges, art event things that artists participate in. The first is an Artist Guild collab, otherwise known as an AGC. If you've been following my channel for a while, you may know what that is, but if you don't know, the Artist Guild is a Discord server I run with a few other people, and it's a place for artists to hang out and promote their work and get feedback and chat and play games. And we also do server-wide collaborations every month where we vote on the theme, and then those who want to participate can draw something for the theme, and then one of our members collects everyone's work together and creates a big collage. Well, the theme that was voted on this month, which was actually the month of April, was quarantine fashion. Basically, we're all just supposed to draw someone or something rocking some quarantine fashion. Pretty self-explanatory. And the second prompt challenge art event thing that I made this piece for was an event that DeviantArt is doing called the StartWithLove poster challenge, which is a challenge to encourage artists to make an illustration that shows some love and positivity during this time. So yeah, that is me, Zaccura, killing 2 challenges with 1 art. Again, I actually did that last week too, didn't I? So I don't know, is this becoming a trend? I don't think so. Anywho, I really like working with pre-existing ideas, as I've mentioned before, and then twisting them in ways that maybe people don't expect or just feels somewhat clever. And that's why I really loved the idea of quarantine fashion, because you have to take something that is really recognizable and distinct, like masks and bodysuits and other PPE, which are sort of, you know, categorically unfashionable because it's created for function, not for fashion, and then turn it into something that is fashionable. Take something that we wish we didn't have to wear and turn it into something we'd want to wear. And above all, these very deep philosophical points. I also just really like designing outfits, which is the primary reason I voted for this prompt. So with my character, I went with the full body protection suit, head to toe coverage. And it was kind of fun to figure out how to create something sort of street fashionable out of a head to toe bodysuit, because it's just so not something you wear normally, you know, unless you're going into space or a highly radioactive building or onto a green screen movie set. So I played with the shapes of the garment, giving her these big flared out sleeves and baggy pants and cinching that waist. Very fashionable. And I also figured, you know, wouldn't it be cool if sections of this suit were made out of clear plastic, like on her arms and legs? Because hey, just because you gotta wear a full body protection suit don't mean you can't still show a little bit of leg. So after I was done with my line work, I decided to work out my color palette by taking a picture of the line work and working on it digitally. Just super rough color thumbnailing. And so yes, I still brought some digital into this traditional piece, but I think thumbnailing digitally is a really useful tool because you don't have to waste materials like paints and paper, and you can try as many color combinations as you want, and you can also work directly on your actual line work. So you can really get an idea of how you want your finished piece to look. Of course, the downside is that the look of your watercolors or whatever paints you're using may look very different compared to your digital thumbnail, where you literally have the entire rainbow at your disposal and the textures tend to be very different. But hey, it's just supposed to be a rough color palette, not the finished thing, right? Once I kind of like the colors, I finally dove into painting. No take backsies now. As I mentioned before, it's been a long time since I've done any traditional work and a very, very long time since I've done a watercolor illustration. And it felt so weird to paint with that medium again because it's very backwards from the way I work digitally. In digital art, you can work in any order that you want. You can start with light values and then add dark values. You can start with dark values and then add light values, and you can really work it from any direction that you want. But with traditional mediums, and actually watercolors in particular, you really have to think about the order that you color things in, because as you add more paint, it just gets darker and darker and darker, and it's very difficult to lift anything and to make things brighter after you've already put color. But I kind of started getting used to it after a while. Some of you may have noticed, or maybe you totally didn't, because I don't know, do you guys pay attention to my art supplies? But I got some new gear in the watercolor department. I'm working on Strathmore 400 series watercolor paper, and I got the Kuretake Ganzai watercolor set, which I wanted to get for quite a few months now, and I finally got it, yay! But I actually got this paper and the watercolor set weeks and weeks ago, but never got around to using them. They were actually completely brand new for this video. I guess between everything that's happened within the last few weeks and me struggling with some massive art block that I got into a couple months ago, that I've only just recently crawled my way out of, I didn't really feel like absorbing myself in my art supplies. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about doing a review on this paint set, since that's like what you do as an art YouTuber whenever you get new supplies. But here I just really wanted to paint and not do the whole swatching and testing and mixing routine yet. I know that's kind of one of the fun parts of getting a new set of paints, but I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it right now. That of course did make things harder going into this illustration though, because I had no idea what the colors look like. So I just did like a quick swatch test of the reds before picking the one I wanted, and I did very minimal color mixing in this piece. Because again, I had no idea how these colors looked by themselves, never mind mixed together. So I still can't really say much about these paints other than they felt really nice from my first impression, and they were super pigmented. I've only ever worked with one other watercolor set before, and I've gotten so used to having to really scrub the pans with my brush in order to get like a saturated color. But with these ones, it's like you just touch it and the color is lots and lots of color. But either way, I'm sure I'll have a lot more time to practice and maybe review these paints, seeing as Mermay is upon us. And getting better at watercolor was one of my New Year's resolutions, so more watercolor videos to come, I'm sure. But back to today's illustration. I had a lot of fun with the little details in this piece, just figuring things out, such as the fact that she can't wear a shoulder bag because her helmet dome is too big, so instead she has a couple of pegs attached to her helmet and the bag hangs onto that. She also has some plants growing in her dome because why not? Makes fresher air. Also, no need to wear a necklace around your neck, just hang it through the breathing holes at the top of the helmet. And as for the doggo, which I have not talked about yet despite him being the clear star of this piece. The doggo was added because I couldn't find a way to draw this lady's full body on this piece of paper without it feeling like there was just too much empty space. So I was like, why not add a doggo? Gives her a reason to be out and about in the first place. I figured it would be cute to give the doggo some PPE as well, so he has a little dome and a suit. But in his case, I let his tail and paws be exposed because something felt wrong about putting a dog in a completely enclosed outfit, you know, fake illustration or otherwise. Somehow I don't think they would like that very much. I hardly ever draw animals. It's something that I've mentioned before many times, and I also keep mentioning that I need to do them more often, and I need to do studies and stuff, but I just never do. So doggo was a good addition to this piece, I think. And it also calls back to the Start With Love challenge on DeviantArt, because even though I don't have a doggo in real life, never had a doggo, I know a lot of people do have doggos, and they love their doggos, and their doggos love them, and I just love saying doggo. And getting out of the house to walk your dog sounds like a really great way to start a day with love. So that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and spending some of your day with me. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and also hit that little bell so you get notified on upcoming videos, so you don't miss out on anything. If you'd like to subscribe to my newsletter, check out my shop, purchase my book or ebook version, all that can be found on my website, Zaccura.com. Link is in the description box, along with links to where you can find me on social media. Here is the final collage for the Artist Guild collab. Thanks a bunch to Destiny Bays on Discord for putting together this awesome collage. And thanks to all of the guild members who participated in this collab. Even though we do look a little close, a little packed in this piece, we're not breaking social distancing rules because we're all clearly one family, quarantining under the same Discord server roof, the Artist Guild. I hope you guys are all doing okay. Drop me a comment letting me know how you're doing and how you like this video. What do you think about this illustration? And until next time, stay awesome, stay inspired, and always rock what you wear. See ya!